Right, so today I did, I think it was like 5,600 steps. Today was day 2 recovery day after like what was an insane week, probably 6 classes in total that I taught. So back is almost back to normal, but the back's been kind of tweaking a little bit. So one of these things that I have actually done this week a couple of times is to do a little squat down. And then stand up. So I can squat. See what that looks like. The squat is a hip hinge, exactly what it says on the tin. Long straight line from the tip of the head down to the tailbone, nice long straight back. You start from the hips and then the knees have to bend eventually. So what you don't want to do, you don't want to start with the knees, you don't want to be doing this. This is not a hip hinge, this is just going to put strain on your knees. Right, a lot of people don't know where their hips are, so I'll show you from this side. Hip hinge, we start with the hips, the knees eventually bend, and long straight back, so the chest is high. And you're making this space here in the actual hip area, the groin area, smaller. And it's as if you're sitting back on something. So we do this on a daily basis. It's sitting back on the toilet, really. But what's important is that you bring your hips all the way through, squeeze those glutes.
You can start to add things to it. Start to add a little bit of weight. Are you going to do that today? No.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do some chest.
First I was going to do some chest. And that's what I'm going to do, chest and core. So I'm going to grab myself a couple of dumbbells. Because I am
A little bit deconditioned at the moment. I'm going to start with some really light ones. And coming down. I've got to 1.1 kilograms. Yay. Right, so coming down onto my back. And setting myself up with my feet hip width apart on the mat. Knees are hip width apart as well. And just snuggle that head in nice and tight. Make sure you've got plenty of space to the side. Start with those weights right up above you, but lock your shoulders in, so you don't want your shoulders up around your ears like this. Your shoulders away from your ears, good. And we're just going to do some chest flies. So the chest fly, the hands come out to the side. I might have to change the angle a bit here because my arms won't go out that wide. Let me do it like this. Actually, like this is probably better because you see better. Good. So arms come out, there's a gentle bend in those arms, and then the weights come up and they meet in the middle. And that target starting point is right above the middle of your chest. Control those weights. Keep the wrists neutral, so the wrists are just an extension of the arm. And we're loading those pectoral, those chest muscles here. So chest fly, very different to a chest press. Chest flies harder, but hey, I've got baby weights here, so I can do that. And they are really baby weights. So I'll keep them out because I'm going to do a bit of core as well today. So got our, what does Gabrielle Lyon call them? Namby-pamby weights. What do we have in here? I've got all sorts of fun stuff. I've got some new ones actually. I might just use these. So 6 kilogram kettlebell. How exciting. Not my chosen colour, but hey ho, if it's free, yeah, I'm not complaining. Safe handling of weights, 6 kilogram. Now I'm not going to be able to do chest flies with this, but I'm going to do chest presses so you can see the difference. So I'm not going to need that width there with the hands. So, safe handling of weights, roll over onto your side, hug that kettlebell as close to you as you can, and then lift it up. And I'm going to hold this 6 kilogram kettlebell in both of my hands. Kettlebells come with these lovely grips that you can hold onto them with. And I'm just going to lift up and lower down. So simple, simple here, pushing and lowering. 6 kilograms, nice and slow. So you might find, yeah, that your core's doing a little bit of work here, and actually that's really good. That's a good thing to notice. So squeeze your glutes, pull your belly down towards the floor, push that weight away, and then lower it with control. So remember, you're in control, working with gravity here. Good. And this is a nice tight grip, which means we're hitting the triceps as well. So the backs of the arms are also doing their job in the pushing. They do a lot of work in pulling as well. So triceps, back of the arm, opposite muscle to biceps, so called because they have 3 heads. I did have quite a big bump there, but seems to have gone. It'll probably come back after I've been training for a little while. So yeah, I'm going to have a go at doing single arm with the 6 kilogram. I know it's going to be tough and I'm not going to be able to do very much. Certainly not going to be able to do the fly. So just going to show you what that looks like. So safe handling of weights, got a hold of it. Kettlebell's great, the handles on them just give you so much. This has got like a rubber grip on it as well, which is really nice. Good, okay. So set up with your core pulling down towards the floor. See how that weight and my wrist are neutral and the wrist is over the elbow. I'm going to push away and I'm going to lower down. Good, nice and controlled. So you see that wobble, you can see that this is a challenge for me, but see how controlled that is. Lifting and lowering. Nice. It's the shoulder doing a lot of work here as well. Good. Really good for the wrists, really good for the core, particularly this sort of single-handed bilateral stuff. Sorry, unilateral. Good. Let's do 2 more. And 2. So finish the rep. Going to bring that weight down to my belly. Give my glasses a clean. And then I'm going to swap over to the other side. So historically I am a little bit weaker on my left side. And doing all the dumbbells classes actually really made me almost, what's the word, ambidextrous. So I'm actually, look, you can tell I am actually weaker on this side. So I'm going to hold on to the kettlebell. As I said, lots of options here. And I'm going to, because this is my weaker side, just for a bit of feedback, I'm going to bring my hand onto my belly so that I know I've got my, and of course my wrist is trying very hard there to not be neutral. Right. Oof. Lifting and lowering. Easier than I thought it was going to be. But I'm glad I'm holding onto my belly because I can feel there is an inherent weakness there which needs to be beaten out. Unfortunately, too old for the beating. Good. So remember, you're lifting these weights above your head, so you want to be safe. Make sure you've got a really good grip. Make sure you've got that weight under control. Look at that shake. You can see how weak I am. Good. And lowering. Lifting and lowering. Nice. I'm going to do 2 more. To didn't really count, so if you want to, you can rewind the video and count to see how many I did. Last one. Good. Nice. Going to bring that weight down to my belly. And straight away, after I've cleaned my glasses, I'm going to have a go at doing those double-handed ones again, because yeah, just kind of warming the arms up. 6 kilograms. Down and push away. Down and push away. So I am stronger in my close grip stuff. I tend to do close grip pull-ups. And of course, when I'm doing yoga, you're doing a sun salutation when you come down into chaturanga. That's not good for my thumbs, so I'm going to just change position. Yeah, and chaturanga, when you're coming down or pushing up, you're using those triceps because those elbows are nice and tight. Also, it just gives the shoulders the opportunity to help. Whereas when you do push-ups or you do chest flies, it's more focused on the pecs, the pectoral muscles, which are the chest muscles, which are the ones I'm trying to work today. So I am going to do some wide grip flies, and I'm not going to do it with 6 kilograms. I might have a go with the 2.3. So what have I got here? 6, 2.3. And I like to have music playing because I'm very tuned into music, tuned into the beats. Start to use the beat. I like a certain cadence, like a not too fast and not too slow. Good. I can feel chest is starting to fatigue again. I'm not counting, I'm just feeling chest is fatiguing. I'm going to give myself 2 more. And last one. Those last 2, you really want those last 2 to be hard. Good. I'm going to bring that weight down to my belly and roll up safely. Now weight over to the side. Now, a stretch for the chest. A really good stretch for the chest. Let's see. I'm going to do this on my knees. Just to open the chest out, so those muscles out in the front of the chest. That feels really nice. Biceps also getting a bit of a stretch here. And pull your hands down behind you. Lovely yoga move here. Does this look awful? And then tricep stretch. Bring one hand up and over and take a hold of the elbow. Once you can add a little side bend. Open out. Chest stretch. And we can do a tricep stretch on the other side. Eventually coming over into a side bend. Right, I really want to focus on my chest. I want chest to get a lot of work in, so I'm going to increase slowly. These are 2.3 kilograms. And I'm going to go back to those chest flies. So moving pull weight out of the way, grey weights out of the way, and setting up with those weights above me, slightly at an angle so hopefully you can see where my arms go, and I've still got a space. Lovely. So remember, shoulders away from the ears, pulling that core down towards the floor, and then opening out those weights.